Priest is a film that is some kind of weird concoction of genres. It's got elements of a western, of noir dystopian cyberpunk films like Judge Dredd, of dark fantasy and supernatural horror, and of kung fu films. It's loosely based off a Korean manhwa by the same name. In a world where vampires and humans have warred for centuries, the last vampire war ended years ago. Vampires were, for some reason, put into reservations. The vampires were finally defeated by the priests, a class of supernaturally strong and fast human warriors. After the war, they faded into obscurity. The film starts with a couple getting killed and their daughter Lucy getting kidnapped. Oh hey, it's Bill Trueblood. It's revealed that Lucy is adopted, and her biological father is a priest, who sets out to get her back. The church tries to prevent him too, but he symbolically breaks his rosary as he breaks his vows to the church. He leaves the city, and honestly, these few shots feel a lot like the gothic Batman films or Batman Beyond, and the one time we really get to see the city, it reminds me of Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd. He goes to the nearest place with vampires and finds his daughter's boyfriend. Together, they fight some vampires and interrogate this vampire cultist guy who tells them where they took the girl. While looking for her, they are joined by a priestess who has been sent after the priest for breaking his vows. They fight a huge vampire monster where the priest runs across a bunch of rocks that the priestess throws into the air for him like a staircase. Meanwhile, some other priests run into this guy, Black Hat, played by Carl Urban, who has got a few notable roles in some very geeky films. Black Hat is just dancing in this town that is on fire, like he's conducting an orchestra, where the musical instruments are the vampires killing everybody. Black Hat kills the priest with no issue. Black Hat's plan turns out to be to take a whole bunch of vampires into the city and let the queen of the vampires turn others into human vampires like him. The priest and the boyfriend get on the train to try and get Lucy back. The priestess meanwhile sets up bombs to blow up the railroad and stop the train. Priest fights Black Hat atop the train and finds out that Black Hat used to be his best friend, another priest whom they lost in the last vampire war. He tries to get Priest to join him, and when that fails, he tries to bite Lucy. Priest gets Lucy away from him, just in time, as the bombs Priestess set up reach the train and everything explodes. Priest returns to the city and confronts his former superior about the vampires, saying that the queen's body was not on the train. He leaves with the priestess, who tells him the other priests have been notified and they will meet up soon. A big setup to things yet to come for a sequel that never got made. I don't know if that was ever the intention to. However, there is of course the original material of the manhwa that somebody could read if they are interested in that. The whole genre mix is what drew me to the film in the first place. I love kung fu films even more than horror, and everything else tossed in there was something I just had to see. Lucy being named Lucy is an obvious nod to Lucy Westenra from the Dracula story. I haven't read the original manhwa, but it's pretty highly rated on my anime list, so it might be worth checking out.